There is a place where we all can go when we want to have some fun. Come along and let's all go to Kideo. Kideo. There's lots of special folks to meet. You'll get to know them well. Bell Street is the place to be in Kideo. Kideo.
It's Mr. Chenway, Professor Piggly, Miss Miggly, and Molly Metronome.
There's lots to do, there's lots to see, and also lots to learn. There's always something happening in
Kideo! Kideo! Kideo!
Hello, Kideo friends! Oh, it's nice to see you all again. Oh, just look at all these wonderful, beautiful carrots. Aren't they delightfully delicious? Aren't they just carrotific? Aren't they the crunchiest, crispiest carrots you've ever seen? Oh, carrots, carrots, carrots! I love carrots!
Crispy carrots, munch, munch, munch. I could eat a great big bunch for breakfast, dinner, and for lunch. Crispy carrots, crunch, crunch, crunch. Crispy carrots, yum, yum, yum. Golden carrots for my tum. They make me sing hee-haw-diddle-dum. Would you also like some? When I walk down Buzz Street, my hooves go clippity-clop. I wear a great big toothy grin and head for the veggie shop. When I walk down Buzz Street, my hooves go clippity-clop. When I start on carrots, I just never want to stop.
Oh, it's delicious.
Crispy carrots, munch, munch, munch. I could eat a great big bunch for breakfast, dinner, and for lunch. Crispy carrots, crunch, crunch, crunch. Crispy carrots, yum, yum, yum. Golden carrots for my tum. They make me sing hee-haw-diddle-dum. Would you also like some? When I walk down Buzz Street, my hooves go clippity-clop. I wear a great big toothy grin and head for have a bite. When I walk down Buzz Street, my hooves go clippity-clop. When I start on carrots, I just never want to stop.
Hello, Mr. Chinwag. Hello, Kideo friends. How are you today?
Why, I'm fine, thank you, honeysuckle. Could not be crunchier. Oh, that's a very unusual hat you're wearing, honeysuckle. Going to a fancy dress party?
No, Mr. Chinwag. I bought this hat at Farmer McDonald's flea market.
A flea market? Oh, what a ridiculous idea. Who in their right mind would go somewhere to buy fleas?
No, Mr. Chinwag, you don't buy fleas at a flea market. It's just the name for a place where you can buy all sorts of unusual and interesting things, like my hat.
Yes, well, if you don't mind me saying so, I think your hat is ridiculous. Yes, and I never heard of anything so silly before. Why call it a flea market if you can't buy fleas there? I mean, say I wanted to buy a flea, and I heard about a flea market. Well, I would certainly imagine that if I went there, I could buy a flea, correct? And then I would discover that it's just the name of the place and it doesn't actually sell fleas at all. So where am I going to go to buy my fleas, honeysuckle? Answer me that one, huh?
Mr. Chinwag, calm down. You don't want to buy any fleas, remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I might in the future. And then where would I go, huh? It's all very misleading, honeysuckle. Calling it a flea market is very confusing and not very honest.
Mr. Chinwag, calm down. Relax. It's just called a flea market. It doesn't sell... Oh, I give up. And by the way, Mr. Chinwag, I do mind you saying my hat looks ridiculous. I chose it myself, and I think it's lovely.
Yes, well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and my opinion is that it's ridiculous.
Oh, well, that's nicer. Mr. Chinwag, you're in a very strange mood today. I'm certainly not going to stand here and be insulted, so I'll see you later when you're in a better mood.
Oh, yes, well, bye. Well, annoyed apples and insulted ice cream. What's got into her? I was only pointing out that it's a very silly to call a flea market if it doesn't sell fleas. Oh, nonsensical Darchies. That hat is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, all this talk about fleas is making me itchy. Ugh. Well, hopefully the animals and us don't have any fleas. Ew.
little beetle. I won't harm you. You're so pretty with your yellow and black colours and tiny, tiny wings.
Hello, Karina. What have you got there?
It's a flower beetle.
Oh, a flower beetle. He's tiny, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Actually, did you know that he's poisonous? Ah, well, not exactly to us. He's too small to harm us, but he's poisonous to other insects if he's in danger.
Are beetles insects?
Yes, they are. You see, they've got 6 legs, they've got 3 body parts, and some of them even have feelers. Why don't we take a look at a giant tiger beetle?
Shailene,
Yes.
can tiger beetles fly?
Well, they have 2 wings, but they can only travel short distances.
And what do they eat?
Worms. Should we feed this one a mealworm and see if it's hungry?
Uh-huh. It's all dung away.
Oh, okay. Here's a mealworm for you.
Go on, go get it.
Isn't he big, Karina?
Uh-huh.
About the biggest beetle I've ever seen.
Uh-huh. Oh, look there worms there.
Come on, tiger beetle.
Here we
There you
go.
go. Oh, he's
no.
walked right over them. Well, this tiger beetle's not going to eat right now. I don't think he's hungry. But beetles are amazing insects, Karina.
How come, Shailene?
Well, they can do all sorts of things. For example, the dung beetle. Now, as his name says, he collects animal dung.
Yuck.
No, not yuck. It's wonderful, and we're lucky to have them. Because without the dung beetle, the felt would just be covered with dung, and flies would start breeding in the dung, and that would put the health of animals and people into serious danger.
I see now. But what do the dung beetles do with the dung?
Well, why don't we take a closer look and see what happens when a big animal like a rhino leaves his dung in the felt? Come on. A heap of dung in the felt soon becomes the meeting point of many animals and insects. And families of dung beetles start to break up the dung within 2 days. This doesn't give the flies a chance to start breeding. The next in line is the guinea fowl, who'll not miss one chance of collecting plenty of insects to eat.
Shailene, how do dung beetles roll the dung away from the heap?
Ah, it's quite simple, really. See, they have bowed legs. They look like this, which helps them to push the big balls backwards.
Let me try.
Ah, bowed legs. Open. That's it. Push back. That's exactly how they do it. The dung beetle has a mouth that can only eat soft food, but they do have very handy teeth on their legs and head that are used for cutting and moving dung.
Just look at the size of the ball. They're so much smaller. Shame.
Not to worry. The dung isn't heavy, and sometimes they even carry a lady dung beetle with it.
What do they do with the ball of dung once they've carried it away?
Well, some of them will roll it back home, and others will bury it under the ground so they can eat it later. But some of them are so lazy, they won't even bother to roll it into the ball. They just start eating on the dung heap immediately.
So that's how dung beetles do it.
Yes.
So the next time I walk in the felt, I'll remember to keep my eyes open and thank the dung beetles for keeping the felt clean.
They do a wonderful job, don't they?
Uh-huh.
Until next time, animal lovers, from Karina and myself, bye.
Hello, my furry-forked friend. What are you doing?
I'm spying. Checking on Taryn. She's in a very bad mood today.
Oh, I wonder why. That doesn't sound like her, Mr. Chinwag.
Oh.
Oh, by the way,
Uh-huh.
I received an invitation to a fancy dress party.
Uh.
Whoa! It's for all of us. And I'm going to go dressed as a Wonder Worm.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe as Sherlock Grape.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was thinking
really
perhaps...
don't care what you're going to dress up as, Worm.
Huh?
I think fancy dress parties are ridiculous. You aren't actually thinking of going, are you, Grape?
Well, as a matter of fact, I am. They're prizes for the best costume, you know.
Oh, my dear Worm, you have no chance at all of winning a prize for best costume. You aren't very good at these kind of things, you know. And there will be so many people there with bigger and better costumes than you.
Well, Strawberry Juice is very good at sewing, and she can make me a wonderful worm costume.
Yes.
Oh, why don't you come too, Mr. Chinwag? It'll be fun.
I think I can do without fun, you know. I'm not going to dress myself up and look ridiculous. Don't be silly.
I thought you said Taryn was in a bad mood.
Huh?
It seems to me that you're the one in a bad mood.
Well, think what you like, Grape Juice.
Well, I don't want to fight, Mr. Chinwag. I'm going to visit Mr. Patchett, and then Marco the Clown is putting on a show in the Greens. Oh, come and watch him with me.
Oh, I don't really like clowns very much, Grape Juice. I don't fancy sitting with a bunch of noisy children and worms watching a clown who I think isn't as good as the first clown I ever saw. Now that was a clown. Bobo. Oh, he was really funny. Hilarious, in fact.
Well, I think Marco is an excellent clown, Mr. Chinwag. You can criticize all you like, but I know funny when I see funny. I'm off. Mr. Patchett's waiting for me.
I catch it, and I match it. I snatch it, and I latch it. You'll see before the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll fix it, and I'll patch it. A little thought, and amazed you'll be. I'll make something fantastic, for I am Mr. Patchett. Just call me, yes, call me. Why not call me Mr. Patchett?
Those I can throw away, and those I must keep. Oh, hi, friends. Oh, I'm sorting everything out. Things for Mr. Patchett, you know. Now, let's see. Mr. Patchett can definitely use that. Let's see. What else?
Hello, friends. Hello, my fine worm friend.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Patchett. You'll have to excuse me, but I'm very busy at the moment.
What are you up to, Grape Juice?
Oh, I'm sorting my junk into a throwaway pile and a clunkety-clunk clean and useful junk pile. No, I don't think we can use that.
Grape Juice, I don't want to disturb you, but I don't think you should throw away that piece of polystyrene. We can recycle it.
What it?
Recycle it. That means that we reuse it because it's not good to throw it away.
Well, what could we do with it,
You've just given me a blinkety-blink idea. There, I think I've got everything I need.
Oh, but Mr. Patchett. Mr. Patchett, just calm down. You haven't told me what you're going to make yet.
Oh, just watch, Grape Juice. Blinkety-blink, just begin to think. Make a polystyrene picture in a wink.
Hey, goodness me, it looks like a tree.
Yes, you're right, Grape Juice. It is a tree. Now, what shall we make for you?
Well, I've got a tree. How about a nice flower, Mr. Patchett?
All right. Now, we begin with our piece of polystyrene. And we're going to draw our picture onto it first, just the outlines.
Oh, I see.
All right, so here we have the stem of our flower.
Right.
There we go. And there we have the middle part of the flower.
Oh, yes. Now you've got to draw all the lovely big petals.
Big petals, yes, to make our flower look extra special and extra colourful.
No, you can
There we
do
go.
any picture you like. Am I right, Mr. Patchett?
Yes, you're right. Now we're going to colour in this picture.
Oh, using coloured crayons?
Oh, no, Grape Juice.
Filter pens?
No, Grape Juice. We're going to use something even more special. We're going to use tissue paper.
Colouring with tissue paper?
That's right.
How do you do that?
Well, We begin by cutting up the tissue paper into small squares about this size.
Okie dokie.
All right? And we cut up all sorts of different colors,
Mm-hmm.
whatever we want to use.
Mm-hmm.
And then, most importantly, we need an old blunt pencil.
A blunt pencil.
That's right.
Oh,
Then
right.
you just take a piece of tissue paper and you fold it and scrunch it up a little bit so that it looks like that.
Right.
All right? Then you take the tip of your blunt pencil and push it into the tissue paper.
Yes.
And then you just press the tissue paper so that it breaks the surface of the polystyrene and sticks.
It just sticks in.
That's right.
Oh, how amazing.
Let's do another one, shall we?
Let me see. You scrunch it
All
up.
right. Scrunch it up and
Pencil and push
press
it
it in.
Oh, I see.
And you keep going with the same color until you've made the whole stem of your flower.
And then for the petals, you use a different color tissue paper.
That's right. Let's say we make a red flower.
Right.
So we scrunch up some red tissue paper
And
and just press it in. You see how easy it is, grape
Oh,
juice?
this looks wonderful, Mr. Patchett.
Let's make some more.
So you carry on going until you've coloured in your whole picture.
That's right. You keep going until, right at the end, your picture will look like this tree.
Well, friends, have fun making your polystyrene pictures.
Till next time, friends. Bye. Just call me. Yes, call me. Why not call me Mr. Patchett?
Thanks for helping me, Straubs. You're so good at sewing.
But Gracie says, Mr. Chinwag says, there'll be lots of much better costumes there, Taryn. He says we'll never win a prize for the best costume.
Oh, he does he? Well, Mr. Chumag is wrong, Strawberry Juice. I know and you know that you're the best needleworm in the whole of Kideo Town, so I wouldn't worry about what Mr. Chumag has to say.
Oh, hello. Did I hear someone mention my name?
Yes, me. Strawberry Juice is helping me make my costume for the fancy dress party. Are you coming?
Who, me? No way, Jose. You won't catch me in a funny costume. Is that what you're planning on using to make your costume?
Probably. I like this one. Do you think you can do something with the straws?
No, well, she'll have to do something very spectacular with that if it isn't going to look like the dish rag she uses in the kitchen. It's such ugly material.
Excuse me, Mr. Chumag, but who asked you?
Well, someone has to tell you the truth, and why should it be me?
Because we didn't ask for your opinion, Mr. Chumag, or your criticism.
Well, I like the material, Taryn, and I'm going to make you the best costume in the whole of Bath Street.
You can try.
Mr. Chumag, don't you have something to do? Why don't you go and polish your apples or something? We've got lots of work to do.
Yes, I think I'll do that. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Strawberry Juice, it's all right. Don't cry.
Oh, Taryn, Mr. Chinwag thinks I'm no good at sewing, and maybe he's right.
No, that's nonsense, Strawberry Juice. You're very good at sewing. We'll just have to make sure that our costumes are the very best, that's all. And we'll show Mr. Chumag that he's wrong. Come on now.
But he hurt my little worm feelings, Taryn.
Oh, no, Strawberry Juice, and he hurt my feelings too. I think I'll have to have a chat with that criticising, carrot-crunching king. But later, because we've got lots of work to do. But I'm sure Professor Piggledy and Miss Miggledy are waiting to show us another exciting experiment.
Don't you mean experience, Taryn?
Professor Piggledy is a scientist of fame. Experiments to him are just a game. Millie Miggledy is a dolly Piggledy. Merrily she works in the laboratory. Silly, silly, merry, Millie Miggledy.
Good day, all you young scientists. I'm looking at seeds, and when seeds grow, they become plants. Have you ever thought what the Earth would look like without plants? Bleak and dead, just like the moon. Yes, it will look like this, white and colorless. Oh, the moon is such a dead place. I really wouldn't like to live there.
Oh, yes. Count me in. I love colour. I love the green colour of plants. And
Yes?
I love the bush. Actually, I am a bush baby lady. Oh, look at those dry beans. Are you going to cook a bean soup? Oh, I love bean soup. My grandma Myrtle Miggledy
Miss
always
Miggledy,
says that...
I agree with you, but I'm not going to cook a bean soup. I'm looking at the seeds of these beans. I'm not going to cook a bean soup at all.
Oh, seeds are wonderful. I know that a large plant can grow from a tiny, tiny little seed.
To think that tiny, tiny orange pips grow into beautiful oranges.
Oh, yes. To think from a teeny weeny black apple pip, we get green apple trees that bear lots and lots of apples.
And that sunflower seeds grow into lovely yellow sunflowers.
Oh, and the big pumpkin seed becomes a green, creepy, crawly plant and big pumpkins. Oh, I love seeds. They are like magic.
Indeed.
But, Professor?
Yes?
How can a big plant grow from a teeny weeny seed?
Oh, I love it when a scientist asks how.
How does a big plant grow from a tiny, tiny seed? Oh, how, Professor, how?
This is the miracle. Inside a seed, there is life waiting to come out, to break out, to burst into growth, and to fill the earth with green plants.
Oh, I can't wait to hear more.
Look at this bean shell. Outside is a hard case protecting the bean. This scar shows where the bean was attached to its parent plant. Now, let's look inside this bean. Do you see what I see?
Oh, I see.
Here is the inside of the bean. Here's the baby plant ready to grow.
Oh, yes, to be born.
This part over here is the food store, the pantry, you might say, for this baby plant.
Oh, so a seed is never dead.
You're quite correct. Inside a seed is a whole plant waiting to come out, waiting to break free.
Oh, seeds are plants waiting to grow.
Yes,
Oh,
that's quite right.
It's just like magic, isn't it?
It is just like magic, yes.
Professor, may I take some seeds home to plant?
An excellent idea, and you can give some to your friends as well.
Oh, yes, I'd like to take them home, and I'd like to put some in my Grandma Myrtle Mickletee's garden. And then I can have an apple tree, and I can sit under it, and I can eat my own apples.
That's an excellent idea. In fact, you young scientists at home, ask your parents or a grown-up if you can perhaps have some seeds to plant in your very own garden.
Yes. Oh, Professor?
Yes?
I was wondering, you know, I love to eat apples. I like to eat all the apple, the seeds and all. So, if I eat the seed, will it grow in my tummy?
Oh, dear me, no. Not to worry about that, Miss Biggledy. That isn't possible.
Oh, seeds are absolutely wonderful. But is it science?
Why, of course it's science. It's science indeed. Oh, now remember, young scientists, what do we say, Miss Biggledy?
Science is all around us.
Quite right. Goodbye for now.
Oh, yes. Goodbye.
Keep your eyes peeled.
So, how do we look, Mr. Chinwag, huh?
Fine.
Fine? Is that all you have to say? Fine?
Look, I said...
What about wonderful, fantastic,
I
splendiferous,
said you
the
look
best?
fine, grape juice.
But, Mr. Chinwag, we tried.
Look, if you must know, I think you all look...
Ridiculous, Mr. Chinwag, huh?
Well, yes. That costume is not very flattering, Taryn. And strawberry juice, you look like you belong on top of a cake. And as for you, grape juice, well, ridiculous raspberries. You look like... I don't know.
Chinwag, that is quite enough, thank you. Now, when we get back from the party, you and I are going to have a little chat. Come on, everyone, let's go win some prizes.
Woohoo!
Fat chance. Oh, back so soon. I don't suppose any of you won.
Sorry, Mr. Chinwag, but you're wrong.
Yes, you'll have to eat your words now. Just look at my crown.
Yes. Take that, donkey, you old hoopy. We won.
Well, I don't suppose the other costumes were any good now, were they?
Actually, Mr. Chinwag, some of them were very good, but
Brilliant.
ours were better.
Oh.
You've hurt our feelings, Mr. Chinwag. You've done nothing but criticize us since you got up this morning.
But-
You haven't had one nice thing to say about any of us, and I'm not going to put up with this any longer.
Honeysuckle, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, I've been criticizing you all day. Oh, I can't think what came over me. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh, I'm surprised you even want to talk to me.
Well, I nearly didn't, Mr. Chinwag, but then I thought that someone had to tell you how you'd hurt our feelings by criticizing us. Criticism is telling people and worms what you don't like about them, kitty friends, and sometimes it's very hurtful.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, Tara.
It's all right, Mr. Chewbacca. I've got something that'll cheer you up.
Oh, goody.
A letter from one of our Kideo friends. You'll
Oh.
love this, Mr. Chinwag. It says, "My name is Bradley Stroberg, and I'm 3 years old. My brother Tyron and I live with Mommy and Daddy in Benoni on a big plot. We have many animals on our plot, including 2 donkeys. The daddy donkey's called Monster, and the mommy is called CJ. On the 16th of May, a very exciting thing happened.
What?
CJ and Monster had a baby.
Hooray!
Mommy asked me what we should call the baby, and because I love Mr. Chinwag so much, I called him Baby Chinwag. And look, Mr. Chinwag, there are even some pictures that he sent us.
Oh, let's see.
See, there's Baby Chinwag with his mommy CJ.
Oh, it's a little
Looks sweet,
baby.
he's just been born.
Oh, it looks just
And
like
look,
me.
He does, Mr. Chinwag. And there's Bradley giving him a nice hug. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Oh,
Oh, that's
honey,
wonderful,
Suckle,
Mr.
I
Chinwag.
feel so much better now. And remember, Kideo friends, honesty is fine as long as it doesn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Yes.
Because then it becomes criticism. Well, anyway, I think it's time for us to go. So from me, Mr. Chinwag.
And me, Grapetus the pirate. And me, Strawberries the fairy.
And me, Taran the clown.
Bye.